Hey guys, today we are gonna open up this high moisture silo here. As you see, we're down a ways. So right now he's gonna lower it down. There's a chain on there I gotta take off, and then we're gonna have to crank it back up. The cable's actually off that pulley, so I gotta keep an eye on it. So we had some plastic over the top of this. I took that off. I just threw that out the window. And now we're taking it down. He's just throwing it down by hand right now. I don't want to talk too loud because I don't want him to think I'm hollering at him. As soon as we get this down, I'll set it up and we'll probably run it. And we'll use the silo motor to clean the top off. Hey guys, so I just thought I'd talk about working in the silo, getting the silo motor started. So last fall when we filled it up, when we got done filling it, I went up, I think it was a couple days later, I even went up and we leveled it off. I leveled it off with a shovel to the best of my ability. And then I took a piece of plastic, put it on the top, and then I went around the outside edge and I threw just a little bit of corn on top the plastic all the way around the edge. So the plastic wasn't the greatest and it doesn't really hold air, but it keeps the birds from getting in there too much. They just cause a lot of problems. So, and by using corn to seal that edge, they'll actually chew on that instead of trying to work on getting under there or whatever. So as you saw, we had to lower it down, set it down under the feed, and we actually chain it up so it sits a little bit higher up in the silo when it's all the way up. So we had to pull the chain out and then winch the cable back up. I had to reset it on that one pulley to sometime last fall when we were pulling it up. It got off of the pulley somehow. Fixed that. It was a lot of work, honestly. I couldn't get it out of the block, but so basically I set everything up. I had to tighten the spring, extend a wheel. We had to put the spout out the door where we're at, and then plug it in. So there's a cord that runs up and down the chute that you can plug in, and it works with the switch down in the feed room. So when you push the switch, the silo motor starts up. So we did all that, and then we started it up, and basically I'm up there to watch what it's doing, making sure it's doing its job, and also coordinating with Dad to make sure that to tell him what to do with it, whether to raise or lower, or shut it off if something would go terribly wrong. But for the most part, it's, drop it down, 5 turns on the handle. So what we had is, it was a little bit lower by the doors just because of how it was in the fall, how it filled. So we had the 2/3 along the wall that was higher, and then by the door was lower. So every time we got around, I'd holler down to lower it down. He'd lower it down like 5 cranks or so. We'd run it around again, and then it'd get to by the doors there, and it would quit running because there'd be nothing pulling in. And then, so yeah, so basically, um, I'm up there. I'm only up there to open the silo up. Um, if you don't know what you're doing, you should never enter a silo, because this feed's been in there since the fall. Um, there should be no gas up there at all. It should be done with its fermentation process and all that. And also with the unloader. The unloader doesn't move very fast. I stay clear of, just try and stay clear of all the moving parts. Um, I know there's a guy not too far from here that got caught in a silo unloader. Just he just cut up his foot or whatever he did. But you got to know what you're doing. 95% of the time, probably 90, we'll just say 98% of the time, we're not in the silo when it's running. It's only that small amount of time that either something's not working right or we're trying to get it opened up. But so the other thing is, the doors where I put the spout out. Every time we get down far enough, we need to move that spout down a door. And what we do is we take the door out, we move the spout down, and then we put the door up to where the spout was. And then when we fill, then we end up having to throw a door down to fill the empty hole that doesn't have a door. I think I talked about that when we were filling the silo. I have a couple videos of us filling the silo if you're interested. But anyways, I think I talked long enough. Just wanted to clarify a few things, and also the safety. You got to know what's going on, and never enter a silo unless you absolutely know what you're doing. So I'm not sure what you're going to be able to see, but baler number 2 is back. It looks really, really nice. It's getting dark in here, so not much to see, but it's done. It should be ready to rock for the most part. Guess I can't say a whole lot about that. We got that on Friday morning. So Friday we also came through. We opened up the big pit along on the dairy barn side. He's working on the pit across the road, which is almost, there's not a whole lot left in there. A couple days worth maybe. We're kind of trying to stretch the feed a little bit because he'd have to haul across the road. So we open this up. He'll have to clean up a little bit, but for the most part it looks good. There wasn't a whole lot of mold or anything on top. So this is open. High moisture corn silo is open. And so this morning we hung, it's a drive-through electric gate. What it is it's two gates. They're not really gates, they're kind of just arms that come across, that are hinged, and they're spring loaded, and they're also electric. You can hook the fencer on as well. But what those gates are is you can actually drive right through them without opening them. So in a way, when he's feeding and driving in and out of the pen is always closed. I'd go over there and hell, we got time. I'll go over there and show you. We got the stalk chopper pushed in there. I'm gonna start working on that. We're gonna get all the knives and everything underneath. We're gonna get new ones, new knives, blades, whatever you'd like to call them. We're gonna get new ones. So when we start up in the spring here, we'll be able to chop stalks effectively, for lack of a better word. So yeah, I'll run across the road and I'll show you that gate we got. So we're gonna do this quickly in case my phone decides to die. But this orange and green system here is what I was talking about. It is a drive-through electric gate. So actually all these streamers hanging down, they're all electrified, as well as the metal parts. The whole, this is actually just kind of garden hose. So if I was gonna walk through it, I can just grab onto that green part and I'll be okay. I won't get shocked or anything. We still have the wire up, and we also put the gates across. Not sure if the gates are always going to be thrown across. We've had a lot of trouble with this pen in particular. They used to have the whole pasture out here, and we had a few too many times where they got out on us. And to be honest, I hate chasing steers. And I don't know who does. Who does like chasing steers, or any animals in that matter. Goats are easy. You shake a pail of feed and they'll come right to you. But you know, it is what it is. I honestly, if it was up to me, I don't know if I'd have as many steers. I don't know. It's, if we can get this stuff all, get all the kinks and stuff worked out, that we don't have animals out. We've been doing pretty good the past couple months, but before that it was just kind of ridiculous. So we're in the pit here. We're pushing back. There's maybe 2 foot of silage left here, and like I said, he's kind of, I think he's feeding this group out of here, because otherwise he'd have to haul from the other side of the barn. I actually kind of have plans. I'm going to be feeding here probably towards the end of the month. I may end up filling the mixer and bringing feed over here with that. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. Load it up over there, mix it up, bring it over here, dump it in this pit, probably pull up top and dump it down into the pit. And then, sorry, you guys see that cold chill? It's getting cold. Dump it into the pit, scoop it up, and then feed it. We'll see. I might try it one day. If it really works nice, it might be something to look at into the future. Ideally, we would set up the feeders in here and just feed with the mixer. It would still probably entail driving into the pen itself, but something to look at. Eventually we'd have to just, well, we'd make it work, I guess. But I'll have to walk through this barn. I was gonna do a tour eventually, probably someday in the next couple weeks. I will walk through there. But anyways, thanks for watching. It's just been kind of crazy going on with everything just kind of all happening at once, and yeah, just a lot of interesting stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you do like the videos, I try and post almost every day, every other day. Sometimes it's a little bit longer than that, but most of the time I'm trying to do every day, every other day. It also depends on my schedule at night and also during the day. If I'm not doing anything interesting, I'm not going to film it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll probably get this out at some point, and then yeah, so thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.